Milestone as an institution had an aim that it did not necessarily accomplish.
Mhm.
Understand, there's a corporate structure that kept it from happening. For I don't want to assume how old you are, but I'm guessing you were around when Milestone first came out. Is
Yes,
that
yeah,
accurate?
yeah. I've been open about this. I've told people about this. I had stopped reading comics right before Milestone became a
Okay.
thing. And I came back like in '96, so Milestone was kind of done.
Right.
Previous to
Right.
that, I had already experienced Brother Man, like
Yes.
stuff like that. So I wasn't unfamiliar with but Milestone just it was pro wrestling and girls.
Respect.
At
Respect. I totally
that
understand it.
point.
Yeah. As a black independent creative, I have definitely had a thing, and I don't want to call it like a chip or an anger or anything like that, but I've had a thing when it comes to Milestone's presence in the conversation of black comics, specifically
Mhm,
indie black comics, because
mhm,
for the longest time, the call to arms was we need Milestone back, we need Milestone back. And unfortunately, when that happens, it actively overlooks the myriad of creators who stepped up in the absence of Milestone. You have all these people out here that are actively creating that while people are, waving the flag for Milestone, which is great, you are actively overlooking those people that are trying to, not even necessarily trying to fill the shoes, but are there when this organization is no longer in continuance. I think collectively, Black Comics as a whole has created more content than Milestone has. The true legitimacy that you were talking about of Black comics as an art form is moving away from the idea of let's celebrate that it exists to now let's start to examine its existence, because
correct.
now that's saying like we're not asking for validation of just our foundational presence. We're here, you can't
Mhm.
stop that. No, we've been here, now this is where we're going.
That's
And
where we're
I think
going
that
right now.
is, yeah, that's a graduation point for us, and
Yeah,
we should be very proud of that. With all my dismay about what Milestone was or wasn't, one of the things that I'm most grateful for is that it gave me the opportunity to decide, what do I want to be as a creative? How do I want to be in this industry? And that's one of the greatest gifts Milestone ever did, was it gave me an opportunity to look at it and decide, that's not for me, this is for me, and this is how I'm going to do it.